Laptop randomly waking up equals Hibernate, low battery? A. Windows 7. Laptop has been annoying me since the day we got it. When it is put to sleep, the lid closed, it seems to intermittently wake up randomly during the night, i.e., 10 p.m., 1:30 a.m., 7 a.m., etc. There are plenty of people experiencing this, but I've done several tests and made numerous observations to provide as much information here as possible to diagnose the problem. When the laptop wakes up in the middle of the night, several telling observations can be made. It stays on for approximately 20 to 50 seconds, more than a few, less than a lot. The screen remains off, completely, not just the backlight. The hard drive is thrashed the whole time, HD LED is nearly solid. The DVD drive spins up and whirs loudly for 5 to 10 seconds if there is a disk in it. Windows is active. The PNP bing bong noise is played if a drive / keyboard / etc. was removed or plugged in after the system was put to sleep. Unconfirmed, pressing a key, if enabled, won't turn it on next time, must use the power button. The next time the system is turned on, there is no indication of the previous, random activity, using PowerCFG last wake, returns a wake history and wake source count of 0. Other observations include does not seem to happen when Windows is shut down or hibernated, only when put to sleep, for example, lid closed. There are countless tasks in the task scheduler in Windows 7, but a quick scan seems to indicate that none are responsible, though I have enabled the history to keep track. I keep trying to catch it to press a key to get the screen to show to see what is happening, but it always seems to happen at an opportune moment and shuts down before I get the chance. As Mark suggested, I checked the event log and found a set of events that are the best clue yet. What it's not. Windows Update was set to only check, not download, and do so at noon, not randomly. Wake on LAN, WOL and Magic Packet are both disabled in Device Manager. There is no option in the BIOS, and cable modem is turned off at night. Devices, all keyboards, mice, NICs are set to not wake the system. PowerCFG device query wake _armed, returns an empty list. Malware, this is a new system with up-to-date Windows updates and actives with the latest Fs, plus careful browsing with the latest Chrome and no files that are even the least bit questionable. I have two theories as to what it could be. Hybrid sleep. In Windows Vista and up, hybrid sleep lets the system first sleep, suspend to RAM, then after some time, flush the memory to disk to hibernate. This may make sense in that the laptop is sleeping, and then eventually switches to hibernation, so it wakes up to flush the memory to disk. This could work since instead of going straight into Windows, the BIOS posts and Windows resumes. However, it should transition from sleep to hibernation at the same time, not randomly. Moreover, this particular laptop does not have hybrid sleep enabled. Can anyone confirm how, at a low level, if hybrid sleep works like this? Low battery. When a laptop's battery is too low, Windows automatically hibernates. Of course, Windows does this before the battery is too low so that it has enough power left to perform the hibernation. When it does this, the hard drive thrashes for a few dozen seconds and then shuts down. This seems to match the behavior of the laptop when it wakes up randomly, especially since the battery can reach the drain point at a seemingly random time. The problem with this theory is that when the system is turned on after having awakened randomly, it does not print the message about Windows having shut down due to a low battery like it does whenever it hibernates due to a low battery while it is running. Further, it implies that Windows is active in processing, to some extent, while it is sleeping or even when it should already be off/hibernating. Can anyone confirm if Windows is active in monitoring battery levels while off? Based on the events, it looks like updating the system time is normal whenever the system turns on, so it's not that, but it is clearly transitioning from sleep to hibernation at 12 hours after it went to sleep. This is baffling for 3 reasons. The current setting is to hibernate after 3 hours on battery and 6 hours when plugged in for the balance and power saver plans, 4 hours and not at all with the high performance plan. The power saver plan is in effect and it was unplugged this morning when it happened. Hybrid sleep is disabled in every power plan. Power CFG has no record of it happening. Does anyone know why Windows would wake up randomly and exhibit the above symptoms, or why the power plan settings seem to be incorrect? There are a lot of people experiencing laptops, of all makes and models, randomly turning on in the middle of the night. Unfortunately, most of them get the same set of responses which rarely seem to fix the issue. Some notable ones include this question that seems to be the same issue with a couple of the observations I have made above. This question seems to have the same issue, but with Linux. This question lead me to turn off the keyboard/mice in case the touchpad sensitivity is set too low, but it still does it. This thread points at sleep timers, but they are already disabled.
At the risk of looking stupid, I found the following. I also had the same problem. I never shut down my laptop, I always put it into sleep mode, and it would wake up unexpectedly in the middle of the night. I discovered that this S4 doze to hibernate event is not a bug, it's a feature. Go to Power Advanced Settings and change Hibernate after under Sleep drop-down menu. Choose how long you want to wait before going to hibernate from sleep mode. I set mine to 1440 minutes, 24 hours, which is enough for staying overnight. By the way, also check you don't have anything under allow wake timers. I don't see that you say you've tried this, so if I missed you pointing it out, I apologize for wasting your time.
Sleep-wake solution. This is a solution for those who want their computers to never wake from sleep on their own anymore, and simpler solutions have not worked. Nothing other than tapping a button or opening the cover will wake it. Not the planned tasks which are scheduled to wake up your system, such as Windows Media Center or the unknown causes. The only negative I've found is that a laptop will not wake to hibernate if the battery is getting too low. It will just go dead and any unsaved information will be lost. Open a command prompt and run the following commands. These can be copied and pasted into the command prompt by clicking on the header/edit/paste at the top of the command prompt window. This changes the default values for the current power scheme and stops the machine from being woken from sleep. Applies to following registry keys. The above has been tested to work in Win 7 and Win 8. It modified the SKUX setting index to a 0 from a 1 in Win 8 under all the above categories during the test, which could also be done manually through Regetit as an alternative. This enables a power scheme with the ability to wake from sleep completely disabled. Again, the only negative I have found is that a laptop will not wake to hibernate if the battery is getting too low. It will just go dead. Important: the additional step of going to Control Panel, Power Options, and then resetting the current power scheme to the default values under Advanced Settings may also be necessary after implementing the config changes. The user can then readjust things back to their own preferences. During my command prompt test on a new Win 8 system, it appears to have reset the power settings to default since things again have their default timeout settings after using the command prompt solution. There have also not been any wakes reported during the test period in Event Viewer/system. I also reviewed the Event Viewer on 2 other systems, and there have not been any wakes on those systems since I implemented the command prompt solution on them 2 weeks ago. To return the defaults to the original values, enter the same command prompt lines but enter a 1 for the last character instead of a 0. Then change the current power scheme back to default values in Power Options.
On Win 7 Pro, instead of fiddling with registry settings directly, you can use Group Policy Editor, Petit.msc in GT, Computer Configuration in GT, Administrative Templates in GT, System in GT, Power Management in GT, Sleep Settings, tweak it to your taste, reboot.
If you want to support the channel, please consider subscribing.